The federal government has restated its commitment to position Nigeria among the top 80 countries on the Global Human Capital Index (HCI) by the year 2030. Vice President Kashim Shettima stated this in Uyo, Akwa Ibom, at the inauguration of the state's National Human Capital Development Accelerator Project and the Arise Human Capital Development Strategy. Shettima also inspected ongoing work at several Arise HCD projects, including model primary schools and the Arise Park, an innovative environmental reclamation project. He commended the state government for becoming the first to implement the national blueprint across all local government areas, noting that successful policies must be rooted in grassroots implementation. As part of the national strategy, the federal government also unveiled Project Fuku, a clean cook stove initiative that expands on a successful pilot in Nasarawa State. Shettima said the intervention was more than a public health measure, adding that it was a gender-sensitive, climate-conscious strategy that saves lives, preserves forests, and uplifts rural women's burden by indoor pollution and fuel scarcity.
We are deploying data not for reports, but for results. Because behind every number is a story. A child not vaccinated, a mother lost to childbirth, a youth with promise but no pathway. These are not mere statistics, they are realities. And we must confront them with urgency and compassion. With an under-5 mortality rate of 80, compared to the national average of 110, and with only 3.5% of primary-age children out of school, far below the national average of 25.6%. Your state is not merely compliant with our national vision. You are ahead of the curve. We must act with boldness. Implementation must be swift. Data must guide us. Financing must be innovative. And our vision must be protected from political transitions. That is why we are working to institutionalize the HCD fund, to ensure that no matter who occupies these offices tomorrow, the investments we make in people today will endure. There is no legacy that surpasses that of building our people. There is no monument that will outlive the legacies of health, education, and opportunity.
Earlier, Governor Moyeno of Akwa Ibom assured that the state would continue to work with the Office of the Vice President to ensure that the program scales down to local government councils.
We are thrilled that our state was selected as the first for the launch of this program. This has further reinforced the fact that the federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, does not play politics with development, and this we deeply appreciate.
For her part, Ms. Rukia El-Rufai, National Coordinator, Human Capital Development in Nigeria, said Nigeria ranked 168 out of 174 countries in the Human Capital Development Index. El-Rufai commended Vice President and the Governor of Akwa Ibom for continuing with the initiative, which she said has a very long-term result framework, emphasizing that continuity is indeed very important.
The case for human capital development and why it's very important is, first and foremost, data has shown, because the World Bank has been tracking this, data has shown that you can't really grow economically with poor HCI, which is the indicator. And data has shown that if you invest optimally in the HCI areas, you can even increase your GDP more than 2 times more. And also the improved health and well-being of people, such that when they are born, they have the best of schooling, they have the best health and well-being, and thereby able to achieve their fullest potential. And of course, for poverty eradication and income inequality.
Also, Dr. Nathaniel Adiakban, Special Advisor to the Governor and Chairman, Akwa Ibom State Human Capital Development Council, said the Arise Human Capital Development Strategic Plan represents the state's collective resolve to empower its citizens through education, skills development, and opportunities.
The Arise Human Capital Development Strategic Plan represents our collective resolve to empower our citizens through education, skill development, and opportunities that foster innovation and creativity. By strengthening our local institutions, we can ensure that the benefits of human capital development reach every individual, creating a ripple effect of positive change across our state.
Clean cooking stoves were distributed to some selected beneficiaries by the Vice President.